Hello, hello. You'll get to see me again. If y'all didn't make my live this morning for Amy's community kitchen, you missed it. You gotta go watch. Beth did a phenomenal job at introducing the recipe for making a pound cake. Y'all go watch it if you have not watched it. Yeah. Well, not right now, but after the live, go watch it. Um, I'm gonna say hi to a few people. There is Treasure Hunter Neil. Hi, Neil. Thank you for being in the live this morning. I got to see you on the panel. There is Brother Troy Sutton, still here since yesterday. Still love all y'all, amazing folks. Well, I love you too, Brother Troy. There is Teresa Jukowitz. Hello, Teresa. Welcome in. There is Dinkin Tank. Hi, Dinkin Tank. Let's see. There is Judy. Hi, Judy. Welcome in. Welcome in. There's Jovita. Hi, Jovita. I hope you didn't, work so hard today. There is Jennifer Ocean Homestead, Amy's Community Chicken off the bone. You are too funny. You are too funny. Well, hello, Judy's husband. Hi, Judy's husband. Oh, y'all, it has been okay. So I got off the live, and I was talking to after I ended it. I was talking to Beth a little bit afterwards, and my internet did a thing and knocked me off, and I was like, I can't bring her back because once it kicks me off, it's gone. Like, it's gone. So I emailed her and I told her what happened. But y'all, she has an amazing story to tell, and if you watch that live, you'll hear Beth's story. That's another reason why I like doing, the community kitchen, is because, you bring people on there, they get to tell you their story. You get to learn about the people that I bring on panel. And if you're interested in joining me on a Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock, email me a recipe. Like I said, it can be anything: side dish, breakfast, a lunch, dinner. It could be a dessert. It could be healthy snacks. It could be healthy anything. You don't even have to be in the kitchen. You can be grilling, y'all. Send me an email. Join me on panel. We couldn't get Beth to to co-stream. So we'll figure it out next time if she has another recipe to bring to us. Let's see. There is Lori's prepping for heaven. Hi, Lori. Welcome in. There is Loose Screw Ranch Kim. Got tongue-tied there. Hello, hello. Welcome in. There is Janet. Hi, Janet. Good afternoon, all. Gardening and preserving food here. Hey, that is awesome. Gardening and preserving food. That is, yep. Thank you, Jovita, for sharing that link. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. There's Beth. Hi, Beth. Welcome in. Welcome in. And then after I got off the live, I played with my granddaughter. She's just the greatest baby. I'm telling you, she's the greatest baby. She ate and fell asleep, and I've been watching YouTube, and I've been watching a show that I found on Netflix. And so, yeah, just hitting it all, y'all. Hitting it all. Amy, make sure someone puts up the next live tonight. Yes, so that is another time. Troy is talking about, I was invited, me and Chris were invited to join on panel at another time with Linda and her husband, or maybe just Linda, I don't know. But I am so excited for that, y'all. I am so excited for that. That is at 8 o'clock Central Time. We'll be streaming both on my channel and her channel. So Linda's an amazing person too. There's a lot of good people. There's a lot of good people on in this community, and it is so awesome when we get to join panels and stuff like that. Yeah. Let's see. I'm working on editing that video. Yay! Yay! There is Carolina Kind Family Homestead. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Did you say what you was watching on Netflix, or did I miss it? No, I did not. I did not. Okay, so y'all, hold on. I don't want my TV to be heard. I will let you know. Okay, listen. I watch all kinds of movies. It's called Grace and Frankie. Y'all, it's not for everybody, but I love the actresses that are on here. But it's called Grace and Frankie is what it's called on Netflix. Let me see. Evening peeps. Hello, Kane Corso. Hello, hello. Hope everyone is doing well. Let me see. Everybody saying hi to each other. Oh, I didn't even say what. I turned it off again, but I didn't even say. OMB, I've watched Grace and Frankie over and over. I love it. I love it. Like, in the very beginning, it's like, oh, it's going to be one of those shows, you know, like, but it didn't take long to like, okay, I'm already in season 2. That is why I'm just like, okay, it's one of those shows that you got to keep watching. You got to keep watching because they end it in a, you know, they do that in everything. They end a show to start the next season with a just a where it keeps you wanting to keep going and watching. So yes, I like it. I like it. And those ladies are great actresses. Like, I remember, you know, there's a lot of other movies that they were in that I watched growing up, but they are they're great actresses. They are. Let's see. Everybody's still saying hi to each other. So, y'all, I am really excited. I'm really excited because I'm really excited for this this live that's going to happen at 8:00. Like, I feel like it is going to be funny. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to have great information. If y'all have questions, ask them in chat. You know, I'm all for asking, you know, answering questions that you have. And if you have questions here, ask questions. Yes, hit that like, y'all. Yes, hit that like. Yes, I love them too. Let's see. Chris is still at work. He is not off yet. And everybody knows that on Wednesdays he could be here. He could not be here. But when he's not here, he has the job off the homestead. So, yes. Let's see. Lori's prepping for heaven. Join Lori most nights for good friends and good times. That is right. I haven't been on a live with Lori in a little bit. Hopefully soon I will join her live because I love hanging out with Miss Lori. She's awesome. But she has late night for hours, those lives. So yes. Yes. She said, "Oh, thank you so much, Jovita." Yes, so I'll probably grace her with my presence one of these days, pretty soon. Because, you know, she's a big supporter of Lenard Mountain Homestead. She's a great supporter for a lot of channels. And she's just a hoot to listen to. Especially when she sings. I love when she sings, y'all. I love when she sings. Let me see. Join Amy on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. for community collabs and positive vibes. Yes, ma'am. That is right. And like I said, if you have a recipe, email me, leonardmountainhomestead@gmail.com, and I will it's if you don't necessarily have to be on the next one. Just tell me which Wednesday you want to be on, and I'll put you on. Any description of that video, when we set up the live, it will have the description of what you're making. So yes, for the community to, learn those recipes. Now, if there isn't anybody that wants to join me that week, then I will be introducing a new recipe for myself. There will always be something happening on Amy's Community Kitchen. You are so welcome, Miss Lori. Anyone else's guinea keeps chase off the goats. Mine has ran my goats out of their spot. I do not know if that happens because I don't own guineas on my homestead. So if anybody has an answer for that, drop it in the comments, because I don't know. I don't know if they're known to chase goats out of their area. So yeah, but that is a good question because I don't know it. I'll tell you that honestly. I don't think I'm going to be having any guineas at any point in the future. On the homestead. I don't think Chris wants any of the, guineas on the homestead. I won't have ducks on the homestead. I've owned ducks before, but I'm not going to do ducks on the homestead. There's Lisa. She is on the Facebook side. Hello, Lisa. That is a whole bunch of laughing faces. They are loud for sure. Yes. I watch a lot of people on the YouTube, and there's some people who have guineas, and that's one reason why I won't do it. I already have roosters out here that wake up at all hours of the night and think that they need to voice their opinion on the homestead. So I don't need any other loud things. And then the dogs, of course, anytime somebody comes down the street or they're outside, they don't know them, friends come over, the dogs have to make noise too. So yes. Let me see. I have 11 people watching, y'all. 11 people watching. Let me see. I think I'm going to go ahead and share the link. If you want to come up and join me on panel, you are more than welcome to do so. LOL, we have some loud rooms at all hours too. LOL, zoning commission, been here recently. Oh my. Oh, ruse. You have some loud ruse at all hours too. Zoning commission has been here recently. Oh, I'm telling you, we used to pay $200 and a little over $200 in taxes for our property. And now, because we've added on to the property, they have raised our taxes to almost $700. Yeah. So that will be next year. Yes, ma'am. I have a lot of roosters. Yeah, I have a lot of roosters too. And when I get too many roosters, they go and they become dinner. Dinner. But yeah. And it's amazing. Like we have three pig houses out there. We have the goat enclosure, and I'm guessing that's why they raised our taxes. Plus, we have the tiny home. Well, it's not so tiny anymore because we're adding on. So anytime you add something to your property, They think they gotta tax you more. Like, I don't understand it, but hey, they want money. They want money. Let's see. Yes, thank you for sharing links. You are amazing. Thank you to the mods. You are wonderful. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that message to the top so that if you want to come up, same here. They keep going up on my taxes too. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, okay, I've added to my property. Okay, that's fine. Why do you have to? And it's just animal enclosures. That's it. And then we have our chicken coop out here as well. So anything you add, they're gonna tax. They're gonna tax. Yup. I'm trying to find my live, y'all. It usually takes people a few minutes to find that I'm live. So if you share it to your community that I'm live, I'd appreciate that. Let's see. Okay, I pinned it. Just bought a building for tiny house, and bam, it goes up. Yes, exactly. So if you ever want to own property, yeah, if you ever want to own property, know that whatever you put on here, like Lori says, if it's got a roof, they tax you. That's correct. And it don't matter if it doesn't have AC or anything like that. If it has a roof, you're getting taxed for it. It like I said, my chicken coop, all the animal houses, that's all being taxed, y'all. That's all being taxed. But yet when you talk to them about the roads that they're supposed to take care of, you get the runaround. You get the runaround. Because I don't know how many times that I've talked to the people who take care of the roads, or supposed to take care of the roads, and I get the runaround that, oh, they're waiting for it to dry, or that they're working on it and stuff. And I'm like, if you're waiting for it to be dry, you're going to be waiting forever, because there's ponds that are part of the road now, because anytime they come out, they dig deeper and dig deeper and dig deeper. So now there's several ponds that are part of the road. So yeah, it's fun times, y'all. Fun times. And there's part of the road where barely one car can get to, get down the road. And I've told them about that. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who call about the roads, but it's horrible. If I could, or if I had time, I would go down the road with my camera and show, like, make a whole video of the road being messed up and how they've done this road. It's horrible. It's very horrible. And it says, yup, and anything over 12 foot needs a permit here. More money. I'm not sure about the rules out here, because we're in Oklahoma. I don't know, like this county, I'm not sure how all that works. Chris could probably tell you, like what the rules are. And my mother-in-law could probably say, what's going on, or like what the rules are on stuff like that. But I don't know that. There is Palmetto Paratrooper. Hello, welcome in. It is hot. And do you know how I know it's hot? You know how I know it's hot? Because I got my air conditioner going. I had to turn that off, which is my husband's little fan over here. I turned that off for right now. But it gets really warm in here. if it's hot outside. We had a little bit of rain yesterday, and it cooled down in here. And Chris walks in from work, and he's like, so I see that your AC's working. And I was like, oh, well, that's because it rained a little bit and it took the heat down. So yeah, y'all more slack there than here. I'm pretty sure that is, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true. Let's see. My mini split is set to 61 and isn't going to make it lower than 71. Oh no. Palmetto, isn't your I think I've seen on one of the lives, was it yesterday, that I saw that your AC is not working? Hey, I know a guy. I know a guy that works on ACs. There is Mr. MT Homestead. Hello, Mike. How are you? So yeah, just throwing that out there that I know a guy who does AC work. And he's already said that he doesn't charge friends. He doesn't charge friends when he goes and helps them. So, and I agree. Anytime we help somebody or he helps somebody, I just tag along. Anytime he works on something, he doesn't charge people. It's just in his, it's just in his DNA that he doesn't charge people. Mike, I am loving your morning talks. Sir. You'll have to remind me in the chat what days your morning talks are. MT Homestead will be live tonight as well at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. You guys go give some love on Mike's live, Mike and Terry's. There is Anona Milton. Hello, Anona. Welcome in. And then they have their Tuesday night, Mike and Jason. They have their Sergeant Talks TV at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. And that is very informational. So if you've served in the military, I highly advise you go and watch Sergeant Talks TV. Like I said, Tuesday, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, with Mike and Jason. He said it's Monday and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Whoop, whoop. I met you all last year at the meetup. You sure did. It's awesome going to meetups and meeting all the people that support you and your channels, and meeting all these awesome people in the community that don't even have channels. They're just people who support you. Let's see, Mike, I will tell you right now, Chris is already in the works of getting a spot for Mid-America for next year already. So that is awesome. If you have any information you want to share in the chat, put it in the chat, Mike. Any meetups or anything that you want to share, put it in the chat. Let's see. Join Mike and Terry on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, y'all. Exactly. I've been thinking about joining the VFW and the American Legion, not because I want to be a member, but because I don't want them to go away and my generation doesn't care to join. Oh, that's awesome. Yes. Samsung Tyson. What is that? No. Uh-uh. Musgrave Family Farm. Hello, hello. Hobita, I just saw where Jared gave you a shout out. Oh, that's so awesome. Join Mike on Monday and Friday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, y'all. There's a lot of lives going on. Like right now, I'm live, and I think that Jarek Fowler is live. Maybe he's not live. I don't know, but usually he's 5 o'clock Central Standard Time as well. Then I know Sid and Mike at 3 Mississippi are at 6 o'clock. I know there's several others that are at 6 o'clock. And then 7 o'clock is Hardneck Farms with Wendy. And then DD5 is also live at 7 o'clock. And then 8 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock is Rural 2IC, Brother Jeff. Then 8 o'clock is Mike and Terry at MT Homestead. And then I will be joining another time on panel. So there's a lot of lives. There's a lot of lives happening. Let's see. Love your mama's home. Aw. LOL. Yes, ma'am. He stops in for tacos and we get to chit chat for a minute. That is awesome. Staying on live, right? It almost, and see, I was in discussion with Chris last night after our live ended, and I'm like, and then I talked to Evelyn as well. Evelyn, my sister Evelyn Newman. I was chatting with her last night, and I told her, I was like, Tuesday nights, yes, it is awesome. The community is awesome. They join on panel. Y'all make it you'll just make it an awesome time for Lenard Mountain Homestead. But in the very beginning, we started with an hour live, and then it started creeping into 2 hours, and then into 3 hours. And y'all, that's I'm all about community. Okay, I'm all about community. So to me, having somebody replay, if they're not in the live, replay a 3-hour live, that takes a lot of the time for my channel, but don't give an opportunity for another channel to be watched. That takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time for 3 hours. So I was in discussion with Chris, and let's see. Let's see, Mike and Terry. 3 Mississippi is not going live. Sid is building a chicken coop. Okay. Let's see. Do what the video game streamers do. Cut 1 billion shorts out of your 4-hour live streams. Yep. So I don't know. I was telling Chris, I said, maybe cut it off. If we do go a little over an hour, don't go more than 2 hours on the lives, because it's just, we're getting into a busy season where we get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we start getting dressed, and then we hit the gym. We're at the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then Chris goes to work after that. So it's getting into where he doesn't get home. Like last night, he didn't get home till like 15 minutes before our live started last night. And so, and then we got baby girl here, and I don't want Faith to get so stressed. So I'm helping her there, so that she doesn't stress. So it's like, I want to spend time with the community. Absolutely. I love it. I love Tuesdays. I always have fun. I get excited to know that, we go live and there's already people sitting in the chat and saying, hey, Chris and Amy, that's fun. And last night, y'all, it was very powerful. Like, it was awesome. We basically took it to church. We had an awesome time where people were chit-chatting about Bibles, going back and forth, the scriptures, and asking questions. And nobody really had an argument. Like, there was no disagreements. They gave their opinion, but it wasn't an argument. Like, okay, yeah, hey, I see your opinion. I see how you do that, and it was awesome. First hour, because it lasted an hour of just bringing the church to the community. And y'all, I don't know a lot about the Bible. I don't read. I'm starting to read more of the Bible. Sure, yes. But I wasn't brought up in reading the Bible, so with people bringing the scriptures, sending me scriptures through email, through text, and praying for me, because I've explained it on one of my videos. Y'all, I struggle really bad these days, and so I push away, and then I opened up to certain people, and that was a bad idea. But I asked for prayer, and people are actually sending me scriptures, and I've been studying those scriptures. And so I told Bowen last night, because Bowen came up on panel. I told him last night, I said, I want one of those Bibles that have like it's a reference Bible. I guess that's what Chris called it. It's a reference Bible. I want one of those so that I can learn to read the Bible, because it's not just, yes, you can start from page 1 and go through the whole Bible. That's going to take a long time. I understand that. But to go, because there's scriptures that go with other scriptures, and I want to do that. I want to learn that. Let's see. Who did I miss? I never went to church a whole lot, but I've been reading the Bible a whole lot my entire life. There you go. And like I said last night, hold on, I'm gonna read this right quick. My new house is $2,100 a year more in property tax than this house, and I have 12 more acres. At this house, I will only pay $340 a year, so I have 12 less acres and cost $2,100 more a year. Oh, wow. That's a lot. That is a lot. Everyone I haven't said hey to, I love you all. Brother Troy loves everybody. But y'all, yeah, that's awesome. So yes, I want to read the Bible more. I want to study scriptures. And then, like I told everybody, I was raised, my parents always told us that we were Catholic. Okay. We never really went to church. But we were always raised, saying that we were Catholic. Then I met Chris, and he was in a different religion than I grew up on. And then when we got together, we were looking for a church, and first one we ever started going to together as a couple was Florence Street Baptist Church. And it was great. It was great, but we left that church, and then we found Victory because of our neighbors that invited us to church. And we started going there, and then we weren't just members of the church. We started working for the church, and then it got so big, and it got to be too much, so we left. And then somebody stated last night on chat that seeing all the people in the community on doing Creekside Chronicles. If you watch Creekside Chronicles, that's church, y'all, and he brings the word. And so watching that, it's awesome, So let's see. When I bought this property 3 years ago, they tripled my taxes. Ooh, I can't quote chapter or the verse, but I do believe. There you go. The previous owners paid $400 a year. We have to pay $1,200. Ouch. Ouch. I used to be better about quoting chapter and verses, which isn't important at all, but my memory is getting older and I can use a search box for the Bible. Sorry, not meaning to ignore anyone, but I've been in the kitchen making supper. You are okay, Lori. You're okay. I know some of the scriptures. But I'm the same way. I can't quote them, but I do know a lot of scriptures. And I'm hoping that I can learn more. But yeah, my memory is getting shot. So yeah, it's out there. It's out there. I made the joke that when I stubbed my toe months ago, that was my reasoning. It affected my brain. So Chris makes fun of me about that. But y'all, I didn't mean to get off subject, but that's me. That's who I am. I am all over the place. There is High Country Homestead. Hi, Susan. Welcome in. We are almost 40 minutes in, and we still have 11 people watching. That is awesome. Y'all, we are getting closer and closer and closer to the 1,800 mark. So if you get the opportunity and would like to share us out and tell others about Lenard Mountain Homestead, do so. Because we're really, really wanting to get to our 2,000 mark. Because we have a few challenges. I told that on a live before, or not a live. Well, yeah, a live. But I did a video on when we reach our 2,000 mark. I have a few challenges that we're going to complete, and my family is so ready to do this. So if y'all haven't watched that video, go watch that video, and I tell you what the challenges are. Some of y'all already know because y'all watched the live. We watch a lot on Angel Network. Aw. I don't know a lot of chapters or verses, but I have read almost all of the Bible over the years. I hear that when you start reading the Bible, from a few people, when you start reading the Bible, it does take a long time because, you're going from one section of the Bible to another because, when you're studying the Bible, it takes you to several scriptures in the Bible, several chapters of the Bible. So yeah. Hello. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Yes, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Hi there. How are you, Musgrave Family Farm? I love that the people in the chat are interacting with each other. I love it. Let's see. There's a lot of people that are going to be live tomorrow. As most of y'all know, Homestead Hangout happens tomorrow. And I think, so like last week, Johnny and Christine went to 8 o'clock, but they're usually at 5 o'clock. So if anything's changed, let me know because it starts with Gillum Farms at 5 o'clock. Then it goes to Jason and Tara at White Rock Homestead after that. And then Adele and Nana go live after that. So, and then Friday, of course, there's another whole level of hangout on Friday. I don't know where it starts. on Fridays because I miss a lot of the Friday lives. But I do know that at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, Jan at Simply Jan Homestead is live. I believe it's 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. I think that's what it is. But correct me if I'm wrong. But there's a lot of lives, y'all. There's a lot of people in the community, and I've met so many more. Through y'all sharing people out and introducing new channels. And y'all, I watch them all. If it's shorts, if it's videos, I will hit that thumbs. I will leave a comment. It's nice meeting new people because that's how the community grows. What's a community if you don't grow, right? I like to read whole chapters at one time. That way I can read what it says in context. If you don't know the context, you can get a completely different meaning from it. Yep. I've heard that too. Let's see. Do y'all have any questions for me? Because we have about 19 minutes. About 19 minutes, almost 18 minutes left. Do y'all have any questions for me? Something that you want to know. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the homestead. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the homestead. It can be, something about, the journey. Talk, ask questions. Let me see. Have I told Lori lately how much I love you, or I love my very, very oldest sister? Aww. We will be shouting out Slim Chance Outdoors tonight. That's nice. Cool group of guys. Ron is the one that runs the YouTube side of Slim Chance Outdoors. Everybody knows Jimmy. Jimmy is like he's very energetic and he likes to talk. But that's a great group of guys, y'all, on Slim Chance Outdoors. And they have families. Ron and Desi, that's one of the couples. Jimmy and Sarah are the second part, and then of course Ryder. He is part of Slim Chance Outdoors. But those group of guys are awesome, and they bring a lot of hunting. They're a hunting and fishing and outdoors channel. So let's see. It is lovely meeting new people, but if I sub to a channel, I always try to watch and comment on their content, not just a number. But I will admit it is so hard to keep up. Yes, don't stress yourself in trying to watch everybody in one day. It can't happen. I will tell you, I am subscribed to almost 900 channels. There's no way I can watch 900 channels in one day. But I will tell you that I watch more of the ones that interact with me and leave comments or in my lives. When I get the analytics part and it shows like who has been interacting, who's been watching, and I recognize a picture on that, I will go watch more of them as well. But y'all, don't stress in trying to watch everybody because you can't. Now, when you first subscribe, I will tell you, when you first subscribe, it is awesome to go and leave a comment, hit that like, so that your subscription can stick. But I will tell you, sometimes that don't work. YouTube loves to take away subscriptions, so make sure you're still subscribed to your favorite people, that you watch. on a constant basis because YouTube does its games. So yes. Have I told you lately how much I love my West Virginia brother Troy? I have a question. How do you edit a video? It just depends on which. If y'all have an answer for that, put it in the comments. Send an email to Beth so that she can get some help. But it just depends on which app you're using because I edit. There's people who edit on a computer. I don't edit on the computer. I edit from my phone. So it makes it easier for me because everything's there. The videos, everything is on my phone, the app. And a lot of people say that it's easier to edit a video on the computer. It just depends on what you're using. But get with me, Beth, after the live. I will chit chat with you more. They're both so cute. There's Marianne Bimler. Hello, Marianne. Hello. I think I put in what I wanted out and left out what I wanted in. I can't see well enough to edit on my phone. LOL. Yes, I have lost 5 subs overnight, which is really unusual, and a lot in one hit for a small channel. I did wonder if it was YouTube purge. Yes. And after a few days they do come back. I noticed because when certain people, when so many people subscribe to your channel at one time, YouTube sees that and takes some of them away. But once they start interacting, I've noticed a few days later, those will actually come back. Beth says she is on her phone. I have a couple apps that I use on my phone, Beth, and that is Canva, and I use CapCut. Those are the ones I use. And I've heard a lot of people use other things. So it's just find a editing software app for your phone, play with them all, see which one's easier for you to edit a video, and then once you edit that video in that app, download it to your phone so that you can put it on to YouTube. That's what I do. Sometimes it lets you load it straight to YouTube. But I like to download it to my phone because I like to play with it a little bit more. I had to go clean up a bunch of poop. What did I miss? You have to watch replay. I actually had to edit my last short that I was hoping YouTube would classify as a short because there was a few things I needed to cut out of it. On my Windows laptop, I found Clipchamp. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. But there's a lot of people who use different editing softwares. So like I said, Beth, find something that you're gonna that's gonna be easy for you. Don't just settle on one editing software because somebody's using it. Do your research, see which one's best for you, which one's easier for you, and use that one. Well, duh, I just figured out who BNS Odyssey is. Love you guys. Yes, that's Beth and Neil. I have an edit app. I probably need to watch YouTube to see how it works. There you go. It seems harder to get YouTube to post it as a short from a computer than it is from a phone. And see, I wouldn't know that because, like I said, I don't do editing on my computer. I will try. I will try one day, but I always backpedal and go back to my phone. I use KDEN Live. It's free. I hope that's how it says. KDEN Live. Is that an Let's see. Is that on the computer? Is that a phone thing? I don't know. And of course, I on StreamYard, I haven't done it yet. But you can record a video on StreamYard and then edit it and put it onto YouTube. I want to try that one time. Um, but it'll probably be like a sit down like this, where I sit down and have a discussion with you guys, and then I'll edit it and then I'll put it out there. It's a free video editing software. I know it works on PC. I don't know about phones. Okay. Okay. Only phone mode videos less than 3 minutes count as a short on YouTube. Yep, that's right. That is absolutely right. Now, if you're going to make, I will tell you this right now. If you're going to make a 3-minute short, make sure that it is a good 3 minute. You keep that attention for people, because people's attention is very short attention span. And if you don't catch that attention within the first few seconds, you don't get that many views on that live. So like I said, if it's very interesting 3 minutes, then make it 3 minutes. But if it's not gonna, if you don't think it's gonna catch people's attention, don't make it 3 minutes short. Don't do it. I have posted a 16-second video I recorded on my phone, but I posted it from the computer and it showed up as a regular video. I think that's what happened to Lori on her live. They have to be made and uploaded from a phone. Yep. Like I said, it's easier for me to do all that because I do it on my phone. I do all my editing on my phone, so I don't necessarily know how it works to be uploaded on the computer. So if you have advice on uploading from a computer, give that advice to people. But I will tell you, I like I said, those are the two softwares that I use, is Canva and CapCut. I used to use Vlogstar, and then I stopped using Vlogstar because I found CapCut was a little easier for me to use and edit my videos. Yep, that's what happened. Even though I made the video on my phone. Oh man, that stinks. But how did it do? Like, are you getting views on that little bitty video, short video? How did it do? I know that when I post shorts, there's some that like automatically did really good. Me almost falling. It's already over 1.5K in my in the studio. But then there's some that are just, they haven't even hit 1K yet. So it's just all in how, when you post it, how interesting the short is. But I don't ever take those off. No matter how many views I get on there, I will never delete my content. And there's a reason for that. Because once I load it, like I said, my grandbabies, they love watching the content. And if it's a short and it's funny to them, I'm going to keep it on there. But I will never delete my videos or my shorts or anything like that. I usually use my mobile phone for shorts and Shortcut for my longer videos, and use my laptop for those. So there's a lot of several ways that you can use. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of resources out there to edit a video, is what I'm trying to say. whether you're on the computer or you're on your cell phone. There's several different softwares, a lot of apps out there. You just have to find the one that's easier for you. I watched Lori's short, but I have no life. Just kidding. It was great. Laptop won't post shorts. And I think that's what happened with Lori. She took it from her phone, uploaded it to the computer, downloaded it as a short, but it came out a short video instead of a short. Does that make sense? And see, I wouldn't have known that because, like I said, my phone is the way I edit my phone, my videos. Which another video will be posted tomorrow. We have got a lot of emails with collaboration opportunities. So that's something exciting happening for Lenard Mountain Homestead. So I don't want to be one of those channels that sound like a infomercial. I don't want to be that I don't want to be that channel. I don't want to be that channel. Am I excited to share some really good stuff with you guys? Absolutely. But I'm not gonna be an infomercial. Can I go with Moses? Yeah, with Moses. I don't care. Okay. Okay. Christopher he always has questions. He has questions this afternoon. I got 39 views, but it was just an experiment to see if it would qualify as a short. There's Rhonda Dotson. Hello, Rhonda. Well, I have a few minutes left. Y'all, congrats on the collaborations. Thank you. Thank you. And like I said, I don't want to become one of those channels that is just pushing like an infomercial to you guys. If I truly like the product, I will tell you about it. I'm not going to introduce something that is that's not a good product. I won't do it. But it's awesome that they're thinking about Lenard Mountain Homestead and we're getting those collaboration opportunities. So yeah, that's great. As most of you know that you learned tonight, Sid is not going to be live tonight. That's Sid and Mike from 3 Mississippi. But if y'all want to go check out her videos, and his videos, go check them out. And then 7 o'clock is Hardknack Farms. Wendy Hardknack Farms. And then I'm really excited for joining Linda at another time tonight at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. So, y'all, thank you for sitting with me for an hour and making this live really, really fun. Like I said, it's kind of hard to start a conversation when Chris isn't here. But then once I start going and I go and I go and I go, I can talk your ear off. I can talk your ear off. Nobody joined the panel today, and that's okay. But you know, I take the opportunity of when Chris is here, when he starts talking, I take a moment and I listen. But we interact with the chat, so y'all keep that up. Keep interacting in the chat so that we have something to talk about. But y'all, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Don't forget to share us out. Like I said, we're trying to get to our 2K. And once we hit that, we have some exciting things happening, for you guys. So let's see. It's no big deal. There will be others. Sorry it didn't do well. There's Fuzzy Adventures and more. Y'all have a good evening. I'll see y'all later if y'all join for another time and myself. for that co-stream. Bye, guys, ladies.